The Protect the Porkies campaign is back from hiatus and here to give you an update on the proposed Copperwood mine. As a reminder, Copperwood is an inexperienced Canadian company's plan to develop their first ever mine literally right next door to Porcupine Mountain's Wilderness State Park and the North Country Trail, ship the copper to Canada with no promise of return, and store over 30 million tons of toxic waste in unprecedented proximity to Lake Superior. Sounds great, right? Fortunately, thanks to the efforts of tens of thousands of people, the Michigan legislature has 3 times denied funding to help the project advance, and so they don't even have the power grid, cell towers, and heavy industrial roads that they need to be taken seriously. And they lack the money, too. Last year, their cash in hand drained to less than $9 million. That's for a project requiring $450 million to get up and running. But then, at the end of November, they sold off their remaining shares of the proposed White Pine Mine reopening, which is now fully owned by Kinterra, another Canadian company. And after paying off their debt, the company's working capital now hovers around $25 million. That's enough to keep the project on life support for a couple years, maybe 3, so we'll need to stay engaged. The mining company will require significant capital injections, either through federal subsidies or debt financing. And in August last year, the Export-Import Bank of America issued a letter of interest for $250 million of debt financing. That letter has not been approved, but neither has there been any announcement of it being taken off the table, so we must take it seriously. Now, despite lacking funding and infrastructure, Michigan's environmental regulatory agency, EGLE, has issued permits resulting in the destruction of 60 acres of wetlands and the permanent rerouting of streams. Permitting destruction is the same as committing destruction, so it's high time to hold EGLE accountable and demand that they cease issuing permits for this universally opposed project, which is not in the best interests of Michigan or the planet. For ways to help, please visit the newly revamped Protect the Porkies website, where you'll find all the latest and most complete information, along with material from our photo, poster, and music contests, so we can keep the focus not just on what we're fighting against, but what we're fighting for.